Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now that will change the course of your life. The power of your mind is limitless. Whatever you are doing today, whatever you have accomplished or whatever you have failed to accomplish, it all began in your mind. Everything you experience is the result of the thoughts you think. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the product of your own mental decisions. Your mind is the engine driving everything in your life. And here's the reality: your mind shapes your reality. If you're going to achieve greatness, you need to understand that every single thing around you, every decision, every outcome started in someone's mind before it was ever made real. Your thoughts have the power to create and destroy. What you think about, you bring about. If your mind is constantly cluttered with negativity, doubt, and fear, guess what? That's exactly what you'll attract. But if you decide to condition your mind to focus on success, on solutions, and on greatness, that's exactly what you will start to manifest. It all begins with your thoughts. But here's the kicker: you are 100% responsible for your thoughts. Stop blaming the world, stop blaming your upbringing, stop blaming the people around you. You are responsible. If you want to change your life, you need to change the way you think. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You cannot control everything that happens around you, but you can control how you respond, and it starts with how you think. It starts with what you believe to be true. So if you're going to succeed, you need to stop giving away your mental power. Take responsibility. Own your thoughts. You want more. Think more. You want to break through, you need to think differently. Period. Your mind is the most valuable asset you have. Nothing, and I mean nothing, comes close to the power your mind possesses. People spend years chasing money, chasing success, chasing validation from others, but they don't realize the most important thing they could ever chase is mastery over their own minds. If you master your thoughts, you master your life. It's that simple. There is nothing more valuable than controlling your mental environment. You think people are successful because they're lucky? Wrong. People are successful because they control their minds and therefore they control their actions. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think you're destined to fail, guess what? You will. The mind is your greatest weapon, and it's time you start using it to your advantage. But here's the truth: no one wants to tell you focus and discipline are what separate the winners from the losers. It's not about being busy. Stop the nonsense. It's not about doing 100 things at once. It's about being laser focused on one thing at a time and executing with discipline. The mind will wander, it will pull you in 1,000 different directions. But the key to mental mastery is your ability to keep bringing it back to what matters most. If you can't do that, you'll always struggle. Focus on what's important, execute with discipline, and you'll start seeing the results you've been wishing for. And here's the final truth for you: visualization and belief are the keys to success. You need to see it in your mind before it happens in reality. You need to believe it's already yours. If you can't picture yourself as successful, you'll never get there. Visualization isn't just some feel-good exercise, it's programming your mind for victory. When you can see it, your mind starts working toward it. Every thought, every action, every move you make aligns with that vision. Believe it and you will achieve it. So here's my challenge to you: start using the power of your mind. Stop letting it control you and start controlling it. Visualize your success, focus on your goals, and take full responsibility for what you think and believe. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and once you unlock it, nothing can stop you. Your mind shapes your reality. Let me say that again: your mind shapes your reality. Every single thing you see, every outcome you experience, and every step you take is the result of what you've allowed your mind to believe. This is not a theory, this is a fundamental truth. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and the way you choose to perceive the world directly influence the life you lead. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, if you're consumed by doubt, fear, and uncertainty, that is the reality you'll live in. But if you begin to shift your thinking, If you choose to see the world through the lens of opportunity, possibility, and strength, that's the life you will create. Here's what most people fail to realize: they think they are reacting to the world around them. They believe the circumstances they face, the challenges they encounter, and the limitations they experience are beyond their control. But that's the illusion. You are not reacting to the world, you are creating it. Every moment of every day, you are either building a future full of possibility or a future full of barriers, simply based on the way you choose to think. When you change the way you think, you change the way you see things. And when you change the way you see things, you change the world you live in. This isn't some new age feel-good philosophy. This is a law of nature. The mind is so powerful that it can transform your physical world. Look at the successful people you admire, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, or anyone who has achieved something extraordinary. They didn't wait for the world to hand them opportunities. They created them. They saw the possibilities where others saw obstacles. They took the mindset that their success was inevitable, and that belief shaped everything they did. Their actions, their choices, and their energy were all aligned with that belief. So ask yourself, what do you believe? What are you telling yourself on a daily basis? Do you wake up thinking, today is going to be a great day? I am capable. I am strong. I can handle anything that comes my way. Or do you wake up with doubts and excuses? What you tell yourself matters. The narrative you carry in your mind becomes the story you live. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, if you keep saying you can't, you're planting the seeds of failure. But when you shift your mind, when you choose to believe that success is not only possible but inevitable, your actions will reflect that mindset. This isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about understanding that your mind is the driving force behind everything you do. The way you think will guide the way you feel, and how you feel will shape the actions you take. Every action you take is an extension of the thoughts you've allowed to dominate your mind. If you think you can't, you won't act. If you think you're not good enough, you won't put in the effort. But if you believe you have the ability, if you truly believe success is on the other side of your effort, you will act with confidence, you will take risks, and you will push forward even when things seem impossible. It's important to understand that this power is available to everyone. It's not reserved for a select few. You don't need a special gift to harness the power of your mind, you just need to believe in it. If you have the courage to control your thoughts, to take ownership of your mindset, you will unlock the door to your potential. And when you unlock that door, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your mind is the most valuable tool you have, so use it, train it, reprogram it, because when you control your mind, you control your world. There is nothing outside of you that has the power to shape your future as much as your own mind does. If you want a different life, start with a different mindset. Change your thoughts, change your beliefs, and watch how your reality begins to shift. Let me tell you something that will change the way you approach life. You are responsible for your thoughts. Let that sink in for a moment. Every single thought that runs through your mind, whether it's positive or negative, happy or sad, successful or failing, you are the one responsible for it. It's easy to point the finger at others, to blame your upbringing, your circumstances, or your past for where you are today. But at the end of the day, it's the thoughts you entertain in your mind that create your reality. The power to shape your life lies within you. No one can think for you. No one can control your mind unless you allow them to. You have the ultimate say in what goes on in that mental space of yours. The way you think determines the way you feel, the way you act, and the outcomes you experience in life. So the question is, are you ready to take full responsibility for the thoughts you think, and therefore the life you create? You see, most people walk through life with a victim mindset. They blame the world, they blame the people around them, they blame everything but themselves. They feel stuck, stagnant, like they're just along for the ride. But when you understand that your thoughts have the power to dictate the course of your life, you realize that you are the one in control. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are the foundation of your success or failure. Every choice, every move, every decision you make stems from the way you think. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing the way you think. This isn't about being perfect or expecting that you'll never have negative thoughts again. It's about awareness. The first step in taking full responsibility for your thoughts is simply acknowledging that you are in charge. Recognize that the moment you allow a thought to enter your mind, you have the choice to keep it or replace it. You don't have to accept every thought that comes your way as truth. You can challenge it, reframe it, or replace it with something better. Your mind is yours to govern. Don't let it govern you. Let me ask you a tough question. How much time do you spend thinking about what's not working? How much of your energy do you invest in focusing on the negative? Most people get stuck in a loop of complaining, worrying, and fearing. And the result? They stay stuck. They stay where they are. But when you take full responsibility for your thoughts, you stop letting negativity control you. You stop accepting defeat. You stop letting fear dictate your future. Instead, you begin to train your mind to look for solutions, to embrace challenges, and to believe that success is possible. Now, taking responsibility for your thoughts doesn't mean you should ignore the challenges you face. It doesn't mean you should pretend that things are always great when they're not. What it means is that you own your mindset. You take control of how you perceive the challenges. Instead of seeing a setback as an insurmountable obstacle, you see it as a lesson, as a stepping stone to something greater. Instead of getting discouraged by failure, you embrace it as part of the journey towards success. This is what separates the winners from the losers, the ability to control your thoughts and transform any situation into an opportunity for growth. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts, you begin to shape a life that aligns with your purpose and your dreams. You stop being passive. You stop being passive. You stop waiting for things to change on their own. You understand that you are the architect of your destiny, and the blueprint starts with your thoughts. If you want success, you need to think success. If you want abundance, you need to think abundance. If you want happiness, you need to think happiness. The life you envision in your mind is the life that will manifest in your reality, provided that you're willing to take full responsibility for your thoughts and act accordingly. So I'm challenging you today to take control. Be mindful of the thoughts you allow to live in your head. If they are negative, replace them. If they are limiting, challenge them. If they are unproductive, throw them out. Reclaim your mental space, and from there you'll begin to reclaim your life. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. And the design starts in your mind. The mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. And yet so many of us treat it as if it's expendable, as if the mind is something that operates passively and doesn't require constant attention. We neglect it, feed it negativity, and fail to realize its immense potential. But here's the truth: your mind is your most valuable asset. It's not your money, your connections, or even your physical strength that will carry you through life. It's your mind, the way you think, the beliefs you adopt, and the decisions you make based on the thoughts you entertain. Now think about it. Every single thing you have today, every success, every failure, every breakthrough started as a thought. Every action you've taken, whether positive or negative, started in your mind. You see, the reality we live in, the circumstances, the opportunities, the challenges are all products of the mind. And if you want to change the life you're living, if you want to move from where you are to where you want to be, it all begins in your head. But most people don't treat their minds with the respect it deserves. They let their thoughts wander aimlessly without any real direction. They don't consciously choose the thoughts that serve them. Instead, they allow external factors like the opinions of others, past failures, or societal pressure to dictate what they believe about themselves and the world. And as a result, their lives reflect this chaos. Nothing is in alignment. And they wonder why they're not getting the results they desire. But I'm telling you right now, you can change it all by changing your thinking. You can rewire your mind to work for you instead of against you. Your mind is a muscle. And like any muscle, it needs to be trained, it needs to be conditioned, it needs to be cared for. How do you do this? You start by being intentional. Every thought you allow to live in your mind is either strengthening you or weakening you. Every time you entertain negative self-talk, doubt, or fear, you are weakening your mind and therefore weakening your future. On the other hand, when you focus on positive thoughts, on possibility, on belief, you are strengthening your mind and preparing it to create a reality that aligns with that mindset. Most people fail because they allow themselves to become a victim of their own thoughts. They believe the lies that their minds tell them, that they aren't good enough, that they'll never make it, that success is for other people, not for them. But that's just the mind working against you. If you want to succeed, you have to train your mind to think in ways that empower you. You have to reprogram your thinking patterns, stop the cycle of self-doubt, and build a mental environment that supports your success. The power to do this is in your hands. It's always been there. Now, understand this: you can control your mind, but you must be disciplined. Discipline isn't just about doing the right things, it's about consistently keeping your mind on the right things. It's about staying focused on your vision, even when the distractions and obstacles show up. The successful people you admire, the ones who have achieved greatness in life, they didn't get there by accident. They got there because they learned to master their minds. They took control of their thoughts, their beliefs, and their actions. They didn't let the fear, the doubts, or the setbacks knock them off course. And neither should you. The mind is your most valuable asset because it is the starting point for everything you want to achieve. If you don't take control of it, if you don't nurture it, if you don't feed it the right thoughts, you will be lost. But if you do, if you make the conscious decision every day to take care of your mind, to train it, and to fill it with thoughts that empower you, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Your mind is your greatest weapon, and it's up to you to wield it wisely. So I ask you this: are you using your mind to its fullest potential, or are you letting it run wild? Are you feeding it thoughts of success, abundance, and possibility, or are you allowing negativity and fear to control you? The choice is yours. The mind is the most valuable asset you'll ever possess. Protect it, cultivate it, and let it lead you to greatness. Because once you master your mind, you master your life. Focus and discipline are the cornerstones of mental mastery. Without them, even the most talented individuals will struggle to reach their full potential. In a world filled with distractions and noise, the ability to focus is the distinguishing factor between success and failure. I think about it. How many times have you found yourself overwhelmed, pulled in different directions, unable to make progress because your attention was scattered? That is the power of distraction at work. Distraction is the enemy of focus, and focus is the ally of success. Focus is not just about paying attention to one thing at a time, it's about choosing where you direct your mental energy. It's about understanding that every moment of your life is precious, and that every thought you entertain shapes your reality. When you focus, you direct the power of your mind toward a single purpose, and with that focus comes clarity. You begin to see the path clearly ahead of you, and with that clarity comes momentum. Momentum leads to progress, and progress leads to achievement. But without focus, you are simply treading water, going nowhere. Now, let's talk about discipline. Discipline is the force that drives your focus forward. It's the inner strength that says, no matter how difficult this task is, I will stay committed. Discipline is the ability to push through the discomfort, the doubt, and the fear. It's the voice inside you that tells you to keep going when everything around you is saying, quick discipline is what turns dreams into reality. It's easy to start something when you're motivated, when you're fired up and full of energy. But it's discipline that will see you through when that motivation wanes, when the excitement fades, and when the challenges become overwhelming. It's discipline that makes winners out of ordinary people. Focus and discipline are a powerful combination. They work together in harmony, creating a mental force that is unstoppable. Focus gives you the direction, and discipline gives you the endurance to follow that direction no matter what. The key to success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter and staying consistent. It's about blocking out the distractions, ignoring the negative voices, and continuing on the path you've chosen, no matter how difficult it may seem. But there's more to it. Focus and discipline also involve understanding the value of time. Time is the most precious resource we have. You can always make more money, you can always build new relationships, but time, once it's gone, it's gone. And when you waste your time, you waste your potential. Focus and discipline allow you to use your time wisely. They force you to prioritize what truly matters, to put aside the things that will not serve your higher purpose, and to invest in the things that will propel you forward. They help you to build a life that is purposeful and intentional, rather than one that is reactive and scattered. And let's not forget, this isn't easy. Focus and discipline are muscles that need to be developed. They require effort, persistence, and a relentless drive to improve. Every day you have the opportunity to strengthen these muscles by making small decisions that align with your goals. You don't need to have everything figured out all at once, but you need to keep moving in the right direction. That's how you build momentum. That's how you achieve mastery. When you begin to cultivate focus and discipline, you begin to understand the true power of your mind. You realize that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances, you are the one in control. The more you practice focus and discipline, the stronger your mental clarity becomes. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to take action where others hesitate. And eventually you find yourself living a life of purpose and achievement, a life that is a direct result of the mental mastery you've cultivated. Focus and discipline are not just tools for success, they are the foundation of a life lived with purpose, clarity, and strength. These two forces, when combined, unlock the true power of your mind, enabling you to overcome distractions, silence the doubts, and create a future that aligns with your deepest desires. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up and refocus, how many times you push forward with the discipline to stay the course. As you move forward, understand this: your mind is your greatest asset. What you focus on and the discipline you apply in your actions will ultimately determine the life you lead. The road to mental mastery isn't easy, but it's worth every step. Keep your vision clear, your focus sharp, and your discipline unwavering, and you will discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined.